Hi everyone, thanks for watching the video. I'm Zhu Yuqi. In this video, I will have a brief introduction of my work, John. John is basically a traditional 2D room escaping game which focuses not only on the design of the puzzles, but also the unique painting style and more importantly, the background story and the cold feeling of players. To serve the purpose, the whole game is made by two parts. In these two main parts, the game uses different ways to present all the elements. After clicking the yellow light we saw, and here we are, comes to the room escaping game, which is set in a scene when John was at his 14th. By clicking the arrows in the side of the interface, players are able to change their things. Players can use mouse to click the assets in the scene to pick them up, or click the assets that you already picked in your backpack below, and click the scene where you think the assets might be useful to use it. Puzzles like Coded Clock are also challenges that need players to think carefully over. Clues can be found everywhere in the room, including the walls, the mental activities that will appear on the top of the screen when click or pick up specific assets, and the sound effect. The game also uses both graphical and literal details trying to describe the normal life of the boy and what he's planning to do right at the moment. By all these details, I want to create a world while players can join the boy in this little adventure of making a sea light to himself. After finishing the task, we come to the second part. Here the game is more like a text adventure. During this part, players can get the chance to experience the life of John from his 14th to his 25th. Unlike tell the story directly, players get the chance to choose how John's life goes, and finally wake up together with him, back to the quiet and lonely night. The game was all designed and made by myself. As I mentioned in the beginning, I want to present not only a good game with good design of the puzzles, but also a game that can let people to look back to their lives and achieve a particular emotional resonance, which is always my opinion of what a good game should be like. A game can only become successful or classic if it can bring players unique memories or emotional experience. They can be a common experience, like what this game shows, or a totally new and fresh one. In this dimension, I think games have the same characteristics with all kinds of art. No matter how many political or historical purposes are added to them, an emotional feeling should be represented to earn a consensus between the audience and the author. The great contradiction between the innocence of the childhood life and the disparity of the grown-up life is the main topic that the game wants to put forward, which was inspired by my own experience in these 2 years when I was confused about my future. With the help of the game, I want to arouse this familiar emotional experience when life always goes along a way that is quite different from what we expect in the first place. What's more, along with the sense of loss and regret, I also want to tell those with confusion to always accept what they are, and this is the only way for them to start over and become a better one. And this will be presented in the future chapter of the game. To erase the feeling of immersion, every detail should be considered. Like the aim of the room escaping part, it is not given directly but is hidden in a picture on the chest. Every corner of the room shows the hero's obsession towards the sea. The final key is merged in a quite dramatic way which blurs the edge between the real life and the dream. And also the text adventure leads the players into the story itself. From raising the idea to finally realizing it, the whole program took me around 2 months. After the design of the story, I started to create the scenes. I spent a lot of time to decide what kind of style can best present the topic of the game, and I finally used this reddish tone to express the carefree childhood, with the line on the edge to weaken the feeling of a real-life scene. Filter and light are added for a movie-like interface. Then it comes the programming part, while all the scripts are wrote by myself. Programming needs a lot of patience and time to create a reasonable construction and to adjust. But the sense of achievement is also one of a kind. I hope this video can bring you what it brought to me, happiness and enjoyment. Thanks.